like a mess. A big rockin' mess. Just gonna clean up my color cup before I plumb forget. Yeah. As long as I get most of it out. Squeak, squeak. Yeah, but these little pipettes, nothing but good praise for them. They make you a little less messy. And I've used them for alcohol, use them for paint a bit. The reason I'm just pouring the paint in there is because, you know, if you draw that up in the pipette, you're going to leave some of it in there. And I try not to waste my paint. I try. Alright, we'll set the chrome aside. Now before I take off these masks, I just want to try to speed up the drying process. Okay, that's going to have to be enough. Now you can see, ooh, we're going right to it, eh? I'm really rushing this. Look at that. So the mask worked. The mask worked. Like I said, that was just a mask that I had made at the sign shop in town. They can do that for you too, man. You'd be surprised the custom stuff you can do for your own models. You just gotta look around. Even though there's nothing quote-unquote professionally offered that's exactly like this, even though if there is, I don't know. Not too bad. There's a little tiny bleed through there, but it won't matter. That's all I wanted to do. And you know, it's a little wonky, but so am I. Alright, let's give this a little chip. Just a bit of chipping. I'm not going to go crazy, famous last words with it. So I'm just going to take some water, tap water, and I just brush that over. Now, in a perfect world, when you're hairspray chipping, you would wait. Spray your chipping fluid and wait. Let it dry. Even if you wait. The other day, some of you know, I mentioned on the forum, my wife smashed her finger, took 8 stitches. Well, right before I took her to outpatients, I had just painted one of these colors, and I put hairspray, dried it with the hair dryer, and then painted my top coat, and then we were gone 4 hours. And I'm sitting there at outpatients thinking, man, I hope I can chip that paint when I get home. And sure enough, when I got home, I just let the water soak over the paint for a good 10 minutes, and it just started to loosen up and was probably the best layer of chipping I had, simply because the paint had time not to fully cure, but just to really gas out, or whatever you want to call it. I gas out every once in a while. Your paint should too. So yeah, it's just worth waiting. I don't have the interior glued up yet. It's worth waiting a little while before you start doing everything. I'm just kind of in the mood to rush through this. So now we let that soak. I've got like a cheap brush here that I just cropped. You can do that. You can do like the spear throw technique. You can do the scrub-a-dub-dub technique. I don't want to really chip this too much because, well, I want people to know what it is. There we go. Let me see if I can zoom this puppy in a bit here. Come on. Wow. Alright, so there it is. Needs more water. You gotta kind of constantly be letting the water soak on it. You want it to soak through the layer of paint and activate the chipping fluid underneath. You guys have all seen this, but if anybody out there is hesitant to try this technique, don't be, man. Just try it. You're not going to ruin anything. You know, first time around, maybe don't put it on your prize model, but... Oh, sorry. There we go. So just with a toothpick. Like I said, I really don't want to wreck this too much. And I also don't want to look like it was all done with a toothpick. Let's put a scratch to it. Not ready yet. There's a couple. There's another one. There's really nothing to it, man. I know some guys on the forum said they haven't tried it. Hairspray chipping. You can do it. I believe you can do it. There's a nice rust up in there. Right? It's not rocket science. That's about all I really want to do. I don't want that to totally disappear. You know, looking at it from like down there, if I zoom back out, it's definitely not overpronounced. It's just kind of there. So that's it. I'm going to let that dry. That's all I want to chip that. As you can see on the rest of the white paint job, I just went right to town, like scrubbing and scrubbing. Like for that, it's the same thing, right? I put the hairspray and then the blue, and then I was like aggressively chipping it. And that's how it turned out, so that's where it is, man. That's where it is. There's my little car. And that's my little 25-minute hairspray chipping tutorial thing. I'm no expert, man. You know that already. I'm just kind of sharing with you what I'm learning as I'm learning it. So I would rather encourage you to give it a try. That's kind of my goal, just to encourage you to give it a shot. So give it a shot, man. Build a rat rod and make it look like crap. It's fun. I'll be back later with some more stuff. That's it for now. See ya. Peace. God bless.